Welcome into the show. Peyton Hillis back with us again. The All Things Arkansas Football Show. Look at the threads there. You going duck hunt a little bit later? What's with the camo here?
See, I don't get it. Like I said, why are you pissing me off trying to talk about the way I'm dressing? Did I talk about the way you're dressing right now?
I look fly.
You look fly.
I look fly. Yeah.
Look like a Cabbage Patch doll, man. With the hair.
That's what we all want in life. A sign of acceptance. Whenever you can break. You know what? That's what gets you.
What? Go ahead and say it. Break what?
I didn't want to say whenever you could bust balls. I was
Okay.
trying to be G-rated out there for our audience. We're trying to get a sponsorship, man. We gotta keep it G-rated. We can't be 4-letter words.
I can't promise that.
I've never heard you swear before. So
Oh shoot! And
whenever maybe we were around your kids or something like that. That'll bring the.
They do a lot to piss me off. Yeah, that's for sure.
We got a lot of snow.
We did get a lot of snow.
Do you have a snow blower? How'd you handle it?
No, I went down south to my family's on Thursday night. I thought it was supposed to snow like midday Friday, so I want to take my kids down there with their cousins and have fun in the snow and everything. But it was worse down there, and I think up here, just because they don't have the equipment to take care of it down there.
Yeah, and that makes sense. It's kind of in the Northeast or whatever. I was talking to people back in Boston. They've already got it covered, but here. We just don't quite have the infrastructure to be able to handle it. So a little bit of a different atmosphere. But shout out to the people that are kind of doing their thing over there and getting it all righted. And the road's pretty clear. I think it's time for people to go back to work. What we talked about this last week. Why do people lose their minds over 5 inches of snow, 4 inches of snow? The grocery store, dude,
yeah,
it was Lord of the Flies. You go in, empty, eradicated.
What I don't get is like. Is just for a couple of days, and they act like they're going to be stuck inside for 3 months when they go to the grocery store.
Kids need to go. My daughter got to go to daycare. Mom, Dad, we got to work. World's moving on. I don't get it.
What do you do in that situation then? I know that daycares weren't open, so what did you do?
Well, we're lucky because the daycare my daughter goes to is run by my mother-in-law. So even if she's closed, she's still open. If we need some help. And shout out Morgan, my lovely wife there. Cameron, our daughter's 5 years old, so she can. Hey, mom can't play today. Just go play with your Barbies. Go do your thing. We'll be back here in a little bit. It's good enough. So, what have you done with your kids? How old are your kids again?
They're 8 and 12.
So
and
what's 8? Second grade, third grade?
Third grade, and my son's in 6th.
Do they still get snow days? Is that how it works, or do they have to do like online learning?
It depends. It depends on how long they're out of school. Like if they're out of school for multiple days, they'll have some online class days. If it's just for a day or two, they won't really do anything. Just wait till they come back to school.
It sounds like, sorry to burst the bubble for the kids out there. It does sound like everybody going back on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Maybe
no doubt.
Like some Lincolns and I don't know, Prairie Grove. They're kind of on the line there, but some of the more rural areas, maybe not.
Yeah, I'm hoping so.
Talking to Shiloh Christian, we got a flag football game coming up tomorrow. Shout out Shiloh Christian helping us out there. They're supposed to be back in school, so should be good to go.
Good. Well, if they're not, what do y'all do?
You're
gonna postpone it?
Play on Thursday.
Okay.
I am terrified. I'm 40 years old. I haven't sprinted in like 15 years. I haven't jumped. I'm not athletic.
You have got to film that for me.
I'm not. Oh, there will be film. I'm not athletic to begin with. I am so afraid I'm going to get hurt. Like pulling a hamstring. My body hasn't.
Baby.
My body.
Play football,
dude. You play football for a living. I don't play football for a living. It's a little bit of a different.
I think I'm gonna have to watch this. This is getting too good now.
Yeah, you're gonna have to watch. You could show up.
You're gonna be all-time QB.
No, we got Cole Creighton, the quarterback from Shiloh Christian, gonna be all-time quarterback. Which we've got some hardos at KNWA. They're a little disappointed that they can't play quarterback. It's like I don't
trying to relive the glory days.
This kid put up 70 points in exactly. The kid that's complaining that I'm not even going to name names. So proud of himself. He never even played high school football. Why can't I play quarterback? Because we got a kid that put up 70 points in the state championship game that's going to play quarterback. That's why you can't play quarterback.
I tell you this too, though. Those kids at Shiloh Christian are well coached, though. They are well coached. They have a great coaching staff.
I think though. Peyton's children go to Shiloh Christian. I'm hoping my daughter goes to Shiloh Christian. Cliff Anderson, man, help us out. They're moving to 7A next year. I think the buck stops there. I hope they prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. I don't know how they're with 50 to 60 kids on a
Well,
roster. How
I
they're gonna-
agree. Oh, I
Fayetteville
agree.
and Bentonville and stuff like that.
Yeah, they're going to have to maybe get their butt whooped a couple of years. But then again, I say that, and every time they move up, they do well.
It
I mean-
seems it's a little unfair actually to me that, the way they kind of do, moving you up after 2 years. At Shiloh that's graduating, 110, 120 kids a year.
Well,
and
whenever
playing
you've moved
Fayetteville High School.
Greenwood down a classification, you move them up. I mean, come on, that's
The public-
that's
The
ignorant.
public schools also should be subject to this rule.
Especially if you can pay kids now. You know what I mean? Why not? Why? Like what I'm trying to say is why if you can supposedly recruit?
I don't think
to
Arkansas can. I don't think they have NIL. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't think none of that crap's going on. No,
You think Shiloh's recruiting kids?
no, I don't. But that's the facade, right? Like they're a private school, they recruit kids, so we're going to put extra rules and regulations on them. But good and daggum well, some bigger schools like Hank over there at Fayetteville. You tell me nothing like that happened? I mean, really? Maybe not.
Of course.
Okay.
So,
So-
according to a media report here, June 2023, lawmakers passed something to where you can get NIL agreements if you've been accepted into an Arkansas college or university. That was 2023, so I don't know if that's been amended in any way.
So the state legislator said that if you are in Arkansas school,
If
you
you're-
can get paid as long as you're going to an Arkansas college.
That is maybe I'm wrong. Doesn't matter if I'm wrong or right. We don't have checks and balances here at the All Things Arkansas Football Show. We have fun. We like to speculate. We like to be critical whenever it's time to be critical. But yes, that's my interpretation to it. Right. I'm going to read this one more time. Lawmakers passing Act 589 allows high school athletes to enter into NIL agreements as soon as they're accepted into an Arkansas college or university.
Trying to keep that money in state, huh?
Maybe trying to keep the kids in state, but Arkansas,
both,
we don't.
yeah.
Our state here doesn't really produce enough high-end recruits to where
No.
this would really seem to make an impact.
No, but crap, stuff changes so much, especially in this game. I mean, ain't no telling what's going to happen in 10 years from now. Everything's just moving so fast.
And they got to do something. We've one of our favorite topics to talk about here. Just ridiculous how. And I don't confuse, because I think it's ridiculous. That doesn't mean that I don't think the kids should get paid. The kids should absolutely get paid. But I just use the word checks and balances. Where are the checks and balances in these kids' lives? Darian Mensah, the quarterback at Duke, that has a 2-year contract and says, I want out. Miami's going to pay me more. And Miami's going to buy out of my contract. That's not how life works. If you're a running back for the Cleveland Browns, you say, I want out. This place stinks. I want more money somewhere else, and the Steelers are going to give it to me. You can't just leave.
Okay, that's true. And you're right. I don't think that's showing the kids any kind of
College is about
discipline,
earning life experience.
But at the same time, the kids didn't do this. It was the NCAA, the other people that set up the way things are. I blame the adults. You know what I mean? I don't blame the kids
they're
the way
getting
this is set
the
up.
NCAA is getting everything it deserves. And now we got Charles Bediako, the basketball player at Alabama, that played 2 years in the G League, and he's going back to college to play. There was the kid's name from Baylor is escaping me. He was drafted, never played, never signed a contract.
Okay.
He's playing at Baylor. How long until in college football we have a player that was drafted in the NFL and they're coming back to college?
Okay. You cannot. All right. Okay. Don't piss down my back and tell me it's raining. Like, don't sit there and tell me that when money's involved, whenever you made money involved, stuff like this is going to happen. But I'm kind of on the other side of the fence where, if you have extra, another year of eligibility, and it doesn't matter if you go play a couple years, why not? Can you not finish that if you wanted to come back? What's the big taboo on that?
We
I
do
don't
need
get
to
it.
we do need to stop pretending like they're not professionals because they're getting paid.
Okay, they're professionals now. There's
people,
no doubt about it.
Myself included. I gave the Arkansas players a lot of credit for not quitting football. Of course, I'm talking about. They prepared. They were competitive. It's a bummer they didn't win. But then there's another side of me that's like, well, you better get out on that field and you better try for university. You're getting paid.
Yeah.
If I'm paid to be a sports anchor here at KNWA, I'm paid to show up. I can't, things aren't going well. I'm just not going to show up today. That's not how life works.
No, I mean, money ruins everything. I mean, once you throw
Does
money
it?
into it,
Does it?
It does.
Doesn't money
It
make
does.
doesn't
It ruins the honor behind it. Like, okay.
But it
like
makes
right now,
life easier.
I just said this, like Shadur Sanders making the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
All of that is about money, clicks, because he's a very popular player. They know this is going to draw a big crowd, that he's going to make to the Pro Bowl. They're going to get money for it. It's not about honor. It's not about him going out there and having a good year. It's just about money, and everything's being ruined because of it. Everything.
So Darren McFadden left college a year early.
Okay.
How old is he? 41 years old? 40 years old? If he wants to come back and play next year for Arkansas, should he be allowed?
I mean, I don't think it'd be wise for him to do that.
That's not my point.
He's older now. But I'm
That's
saying
not
if
my
it had
point.
been 2 years after he came out of the league and say he didn't do anything.
What about like Drake May? Drake May's got a year of eligibility left. He's going to finish second in the MVP.
Okay.
Should he be able to come back?
But, so he's what,
Go back
22 years old?
Yeah.
23?
Yeah.
Okay.
Played 2 years in the NFL.
All right, no, okay, I understand there's no reason for him to, because he's at the level that he's at. But say if he wasn't any good, and then say Miami came and said, hey, we'll offer you a 2-year deal. Why would that be so bad?
Well, he's only got 1 year of eligibility left.
Okay, 1 year. Why would that be so bad?
Because you played in the NFL.
So what? So what? What does that mean exactly?
Well, then if you're going down.
So
that,
no. But look at this. You play NBA ball, right? And then they send you the European League. That's dropping you down to college the way that football works. I mean, college is the next level down from the NFL. So why can't they do that? Since they're getting paid now.
then,
I'm not saying I want that to happen. I'm just saying logically, why is that a problem?
Do you think we're heading down that road?
No doubt.
So you think
When money's involved,
and the next,
everything, people start pulling out everything.
in the next 2 years, you think a draft pick's going to be playing in college?
It would not surprise me. Not one bit.
And I think it is so out of hand. I wonder, are we going, not only draft picks playing, what's to stop a kid from challenging like, oh, my 4 years of eligibility are up, but I still have value in college. I'm going to keep playing. Like a coach can, because everything is compared to the coaches. Well, can the coach leave? Yeah, coach can leave. Okay, well then why can't the players leave? So what's going to stop a kid from challenging a ruling of like, nope, I'm still in school. I'm getting my master's. I'm going to play a 5th year. I'm going to play a 6th year. Hey, NCAA, you go stop me. And that's ruining the spirit of college football and college basketball.
I mean, that can potentially happen. But as the rules are set in place for college ball, you have 4 years of eligibility, minus a red shirt here and there. But I mean, until those rules are changed, I don't think that you can really supersede that and go over 4 years of playing eligibility. I'm not saying that can't happen, but also too, though, I mean, if you're the 6th best quarterback coming out in the draft, and the 5 ahead of you are going the first couple of rounds, and I'm like, well, I have another year. I may go in the 2nd round. So why not stay in college?
And that I like. I think that's made college basketball and college football better. Is that, college football, if you're not a 1st round pick, maybe a second, like you're not really confident you're going to go those first 60 picks. You're like, I'm going to go back to school.
Yeah.
And I'm going to make $1 million. And I got the co-eds and I got the parties and I'm big man on campus and all, like, it's not, I mean, college, this was,
they made college like,
this
remember
was
Animal House?
Yeah.
Now Animal House with money. I mean, the big guy, there's no telling what's going on in those universities now. I mean, there's no telling. I mean, it's wild.
Well, you said, we've talked about this. You said you didn't get any benefits.
I didn't, but now where it's opened and people are getting paid.
Did anybody ever try to pay you?
No. Never, nobody ever.
You smile.
Never, I swear to God, nobody ever tried to pay me. I swear.
Why wouldn't they?
Because you couldn't just leave schools. They knew they had me. Why pay you?
Would you hear, booster, just like, hey, dude, you ran for 100 yards. Here you go.
No, trust me. If the rules would have been what they are now, oh yeah. That happens all the time.
Did you hear stories about, like Alabama's giving this kid blank or anything like that?
No. I think a lot of that stuff was under the table. You know what I mean? I think a lot of this stuff, like the SMU scandal.
Kids have big mouths, though.
But that's true, but still, they had a lot of ways of shutting that crap up. You know what I mean? Now that smartphones are around and stuff like that, and the way the rules were, I don't think you could get away with it without making it open like they do now and paying players. I mean, there'd be so many scams.
Yeah. I love it. I love that the kids are getting paid. And I like what Arkansas is doing with Hank Hendrick. We got to get Hank on the show. We're going to be working on that. See if we can get him in here. I think it'd be a fascinating interview. I want to hear his side of the story. He's a well put together kid.
What about Casey?
Or We're working on it.
Okay.
We're working on it. You know, was he a team captain?
Yeah.
Were you a team captain?
Yeah. I was a team captain.
2 time, 1 time?
I think 1 time. Maybe twice. I can't remember.
Did you get hit in the head too many times?
Yeah, you know that. Everybody knows that.
You guys back in the day, ridiculous to hear coaches like call people cowards because they wouldn't play to contact, and all the damage.
Yeah, now you're like mildly retarded because of it. Yeah.
So talking about the snow here, huge story statewide, national story. Certainly, we saw the snow impact that AFC Championship game. The game, granted, I think the 4th down call there in the first half was a big pivot point. Certainly, the fumble too. New England wasn't doing anything offensive, but the second half, the weather really impacted that game.
I couldn't believe how well Denver's defense played, and I could not believe that they hung in there with the Patriots like they did.
You were watching the game, correct?
Yes, I watched the
What
game.
did you think when they passed on the field goal? Backup quarterback defense is shutting New England down.
I don't know. I don't know their kicker.
Sean Payton's DNA is an offensive guy. He's an analytic guy. You know, that's what they do. But I think you have to understand time, score, situation. We got a backup quarterback. We're playing at home. Let's get up 10.
But, you also have to give that guy confidence. You know what I mean? In that situation, if you're going to want him to pull through for you, you have to have that confidence. Plus, I don't know what the elements were or how the wind was. I mean, was he kicking into the wind? I didn't know that. But I actually thought that the field goal decision for the Rams ended up hurting them more when it was 31-27.
Yeah.
And they're 4th and 4 on like the 5 or something like that.
I think there was like 5 or 6 minutes left in the game.
4 minutes and change, I think. Or 3
so
minutes
you
and change.
have to get a stop then.
Well,
you have to.
You have 3 timeouts. I mean, I would rather play those odds with my quarterback to kick another field goal.
Yeah, I like what you're saying, but as I said, you got to understand game score situation, the Denver game, backup quarterback, stuff like that. Game score situation there is what are the odds we're going to be able to stop them?
But
and
what
really,
are the odds, though, you're going to score a touchdown?
They couldn't get off.
What I'm saying is, what's the odds of you scoring a touchdown after you went for it and missed it and still down by 4? So now you have to stop them and kick and score another touchdown. I mean, those odds go out through the roof to me. But, I mean, I'm not a coach, but I don't know. Fascinating
games. 2 different. The first game was entertaining from a defensive standpoint. I think weather, even though it clearly weather affected that game. There's no question. I don't know if it was the snow, the wind, the visibility, a combination of all that, but that game really changed even more in the second half. And it was already a rock fight.
No, it was.
It was a rock fight in the first half. And then the second half, did you see the play whenever Romo did a fantastic job breaking this down? It's like 3rd and 8. And they said, they told him to throw the ball away. They said, you got, one option, Drake May. If he's not there, throw it away. We don't want an interception. We don't want a fumble. We don't want you running. Get rid of it. And then the kicker shanked the punt after that. And Denver had the ball like the 35 and still couldn't score.
Well, I mean, I think they were thinking about like how everybody else was, have a backup quarterback. Only way we're going to lose this game is if we beat ourselves. You know what I mean? Don't make any unnecessary risk. And that's what happened, though. They end up pulling out a short scored game, but I mean, that's what they thought was going to happen, and it happened.
Mike Vrabel managed that game.
Oh, he did
so well.
And
you could still win on the margins.
I was a little disappointed in Drake May's performance, and I think he's a great quarterback. And honestly, I think that
likely going to be second in the MVP to only Matthew Stafford. Likely, that's how it's going to go.
Well,
he might win it.
I know. I know Matt Stafford's going to win it, but I think with the way Seattle beat them and their quarterback.
Well, the votes are in.
But I know. But it shouldn't just be about stats. Honestly, for Darnold to come in the way he did, and nobody thought the Seahawks were going to be what they were going to be, and he brought them all the way to relevance. And honestly, I think they're probably the best team in the NFL. And it's going to be hard for the Patriots to really win that game.
Seattle 3.5-point favorite.
I
wonder this too. I don't think noise really has an impact, but Seattle's going to be playing in a stadium they play in on their coast.
Yeah.
They're pros. I think these kind of things that really impact college games, kind of jumping all over the place. You went to the Coliseum, right? You're on that team.
Yeah.
What was the plane ride back on? that one?
It was awful. I mean, we got our butts whooped, and I'm talking about that
What,
atmosphere.
70 points? Is that what they scored?
Yeah, and well, not even that. It was like you were living in a dream on that game. It was like nothing went right. It was like we're playing an NFL team. I don't know why it was just so
They had that team was
bad.
loaded.
They were
I think
loaded.
Palomalo wasn't on that team, but there's Hall of Famers that were on
But
that team.
like for some reason, I felt like if it had been later on in the year and we'd played them at home, we'd had a lot better game against them.
Well, was it so the next year they
Yeah.
come into Fayetteville. Darren got shot, I believe, that summer. So it was a little injured there with the foot.
Yeah,
Competitive for the first half. They got after you in the second half.
yeah.
So late in the year, you guys win 10 straight games. Are you thinking we want them again? This is not who we are. We're a different team now.
I felt
and
like
they were a national player, as were you.
I felt like it was a game-to-game scenario because we had the SEC championship game. We had like a lot of other
Fourth quarter lead, right?
but we had a lot of other great games that were like we never were looking 3 or 4 games out. It was always that game, and then by the time we lost the SEC championship game, it was we never had a thought in our mind, or at least I did, that we ever played them again.
I think there was an idea. So y'all lost to LSU. I think there was an idea that if you won the SEC championship, because Ohio State and Michigan were the top 2 teams, that maybe Arkansas could sneak into the national title game, even with 2 losses.
That's
But
right.
I wonder how damning to your resume at that time, a 40-point loss to USC would have been.
Well, see, back, today even when you're talking about like 2 or 3 team losses in the SEC, and then they have to play the SEC championship game. Like back then, I feel like it was even a lot worse. I mean, if you had 1 loss, you were never getting in, and then
Well, I mean 2 for
no, because my senior year, LSU ends up winning the national championship with 2 or 3 losses, right?
lost 2 games in triple overtime, Kentucky and Arkansas.
Yeah.
So it was kind of unique. And then there was the craziness with West Virginia blowing the game to Pitt.
What I'm saying is
and all
it
that
does happen, but when you felt like if you lost 1 game, you're not going to the national championship. That's how it felt. Now we can lose 3 or 4, and we can potentially be in there.
So they've announced the amended rules for the college football playoff. Getting your thoughts on this. It is going to stay at 12 at least for next year. I like that. I think that I know you want them to retract, but they're not going to do that. I like that they're staying at 12.
And they're still going to put in Tulane and school for the deaf and blind.
No, that is one of the changes.
Oh, okay.
So the biggest 2 changes, which these have been rumored for a long time, they're now confirmed. The Power 4 champions are guaranteed a bid. So that means that Duke would have been guaranteed a spot. It would not. James Madison would have been bumped out.
That's
and
awful.
Duke would have been in.
That's awful.
And here's the real one that's so bizarre. So bizarre. Notre Dame, if they're in the top 12, guaranteed a bid. So that means that even though Miami was ranked ahead of Notre Dame, if the rules for next year applied for this year, Miami would not have been in. Notre Dame would have been in.
So who's paying this money for this tragedy to happen? I don't get this. That is ridiculous.
I think
they don't have a conference,
so
they can pick their schedule.
They get to
they still in a top 12. They get an automatic bid.
They get to keep all the money too when they get to the playoff. They don't have to share it with a conference. They get to keep it all to themselves. So they're having their cake and they're eating it too. And here, this is how this could potentially play out. The ACC and the Big 12, would you agree they're kind of playing a different brand of football than the Big 10 and the SEC? They're not on the same level.
No doubt.
Okay, so you're saying no doubt. If a Big 12 champion finishes out of the top 12, an ACC champion finishes out of the top 12, the Group of 5 champion finishes out of the top 12, Notre Dame is right at number 12, then that would mean that teams 9, 10, and 11 do not get in, and Notre Dame gets in. That is how that could
That's
happen.
ridiculous, but what's the chance of that happening?
It just
Slim to none,
kind of just happened this year.
No.
Because Duke was not in the top 25. They would have been in.
Okay, the
Tulane
Duke situation.
Tulane not in the top 20. They would have gotten in. Miami, that just played for the national title and beat Notre Dame on the field in the regular season, would not have been in. Notre Dame would have been in.
I mean, honestly.
That's garbage.
Well, it's got to be with the top 4 conferences. It can't be no middle of the man road. There has to be somebody dominant in each conference every year. And I think that's going to happen. I mean, now that Franklin's going to Virginia Tech. I think that's going to change a whole lot. I do think North Carolina is going to be a better team this year. Not a lot. I'm not saying they're going to be great. I mean, not a lot.
How about this? You know,
What?
the Patriots are 4-13 a year ago. Worst coach in football.
I've already said that.
Worst
I said
coaching
it was
staff.
Brady. It was Brady.
Worst
it wasn't
coaching
Belichick.
staff in football. Worst roster in football. 4-13. They're in the Super Bowl. 3 coaches in
But
3 different
he had Drake
years.
May then, right?
And you think that Bill Belichick is going to turn with his 24-year-old girlfriend is going to
But
have a
I'm
good
saying
year
they're
in North
giving
Carolina.
him the means to build a team there at North Carolina.
Giving Ryan Silverfield the means.
But not. I'm saying, and when you have the clout, when you're Bill Belichick, you have the clout. You're thinking, man, he's developed players. He can put players in the league. A lot of kids are going to come to that too.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that they're going to be great, but I think they're going to win 5 or 6 ball games at least next year. Can't say that for the Razorbacks, right? Can't say that.
You don't pay a coach $10 million a year to win 5 or 6 games.
But what I'm trying to say is that conference is going to be more competitive no matter what. It's going to be more competitive, and hopefully you don't have a 7-5 team going to the conference championship, which would make your theory about the top 12.
How do you feel about Notre Dame? If you finish 12th, you theoretically could get in over teams 9, 10, and 11.
See, I don't see how anybody thinks that's fair. I don't understand why it even went through, and why it went through. I would love to know. Like, I mean, who signed off on this?
Man.
Who's okay with this?
Why would they sign up? I could understand this. You got Notre Dame, you got to finish 10. So maybe in a bizarro year, team 9 gets left out and Notre Dame gets.
Bottom line, man, it's all about money.
But the field's 100 yards. What is it, 55 2/3 across or whatever? They're playing the same game as everybody else. So why are they getting preferential treatment?
Because they have a huge fan base. And
They bring
they're gonna bring a
eyeballs.
lot of money, and that's all they care about. But I mean, they should have made the playoff this year. I do believe that.
Over Miami?
Over James Madison and Tulane, most definitely.
But I wonder too if
Say Miami and Notre Dame made it.
So,
I think Texas should have been in there, but
everybody in college football, and I mean by everybody, I mean all the power brokers. The reason why they're staying at 12 is because they couldn't decide on a format. So that has to stay status quo. It's going to be 12 for at least one more year. I think 12 is a great number. I think they have a good system. I like 12 more than I thought I would. I'm with you. I wanted 8, but I really do like the 12. I think it's enhanced the regular season. Everybody wanted 16. The Big Ten wants 24. And that's why they didn't go to 16, because the Big Ten was the holdout. So long way for me to land the plane here. I wonder how long it is until maybe the Big Ten and the SEC ultimately have the authority to enforce decisions, even if the other conferences don't agree in it. Or we get into a situation where the Big Ten and the SEC break off and we're going to do our own 8 or 12 team playoff. We got the biggest brands. We can gobble up Clemson and North Carolina and Florida State and Miami into our conferences. Here's the Super League. It's the Big Ten and the SEC.
Well, no, because I think then it's always going to be like a situation where, well, y'all don't play us because you're never going to know if y'all were the best or not. Y'all didn't play this team.
Miami's in the ACC. They made,
well, for instance,
and
Texas
they beat
Tech.
Ohio State and Ole
Well,
Miss.
say Texas Tech goes undefeated, and they did that, and then Texas Tech didn't have the chance to play for the national championship. I mean, then you're always going to wonder. I don't think that's going to happen.
Texas Tech's going to be good next year. They're going to be better next year than they were fourth in the
I'll
country.
be
this year.
good too if I played against the teams they played against. I mean, come on,
dude,
man.
you a hater.
How am I a hater?
You a hater.
How?
Well,
How? Name 4 good teams that could have made that could have played in the college playoff this year. Name 4, just 4 of them.
I can't name 4, but I can.
Oh, you can't name 4. You can't name 2 either.
BYU could have won a game.
BYU lost to Texas Tech.
Okay, twice.
Okay,
but
yes.
but BYU would have.
They ate their own.
BYU could have beaten Miami. They could have. They could have.
Are you
Miami
high?
lost to Louisville.
You're high, dude.
Miami
You're
lost
high.
to. Oh, what a hater.
You're high.
Miami lost to Louisville and SMU.
Okay, and look how they play at the end of the year, right? All year long, they had an NFL talented roster. They did. They just didn't play like it.
Non-conference schedule next year for Texas Tech. You ready for this? So they play in the
let's
Big
see.
12. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Sam Houston State,
Oh, wow.
Oregon State. That's no longer in a power conference.
Yeah, they're in the Pac, right? They went back to the Pac-12
with Texas
with like
State.
4 teams.
Texas State,
Yeah,
Boise State,
yeah.
Colorado State, and Abilene Christian.
And so that's your great team. They're going to win 3 automatics right there.
They got
And
Arkansas coming up in a couple of years in Las Vegas. We should go to that game. Do the pod out there.
Texas Tech and Arkansas and Las Vegas. Wow.
They got 2030 is the date on that game. Get your tickets ready. Then the Arkansas and Texas Tech are going to play a home and home as well. 2031, 2034. 2027, the schedule for Texas Tech at North Texas, NC State at home. All right, that's 2 decent ones. Arkansas, Pine Bluff.
Okay, you're just saying North Texas because they had one good year this year. And normally North Texas is no good.
If I was the Big 12, you know what I would do? Because it's going to be a little bit difficult for them to get games against SEC teams, against Big 10 teams. I'd play 10 conference games, right? We're the only.
Why? You don't need to. Just play 7 or so, and then you can make the 12-team playoff by playing cupcakes.
Well, I've said this too. If Texas would have played Ohio instead of Ohio State, they would have been in the playoff. And that fundamentally is a problem. They went out and put on a good product on television, a marquee game, number 1, number 2, on the road, the horseshoe. They lost by a touchdown, and they got punished.
But you're kind of proving my point. Just because you play top-tier talent and lose to them and don't have to lose badly, it hurts you more than helps you. So why do it?
Texas Tech is going to be good next year.
Dude, I'm not hearing. Good to what terms? Playing in the Big 12?
Good enough to win the national title. Dude, I'm going to keep the receipt. I'm going to keep it.
How much? I want to bet right now. I'll bet you.
Go get yourself a future bet.
I will bet you they don't make it past the first round of the playoffs. They're going to make it because they don't play nobody.
What if they get a bye again?
You mean a bye in the first round?
Yeah.
Like I said, they're going to lose the first game they play in the playoffs. I'll take that bet.
Number 1 odds next year, Ohio State, plus 600 to win it all. Indiana, plus 700. Dang, Texas Tech not on the board right now. Notre Dame, Texas, Oregon, all about the same. I thought they should be on the board. That ain't right.
I think you have like some kind of love fest with these guys for some reason. I don't get it.
Love fest?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Oh, Texas Tech's so good. Texas Tech. Texas Tech's awesome. They got money. Like, sound like a girl.
Hold on. What would you rather be? Would you rather be Texas Tech or Arkansas? I'd rather be Texas Tech. Paying a quarterback $5 million?
Well, heck, of course you want to be Texas Tech. They're paying you $50 million, have a salary of $50 million. Yeah. Crap. Of course I'd want to be Texas Tech. But I'm not going to act like I'm playing in a great conference and I'm playing against great level talent out there. I'm not. Because they're not. And you know they're not. They had BYU this year. That's it.
Don't be.
You can say Cincinnati. Don't Iowa State. No, man, no. They all lost 4 games in that conference. Like, Kansas State was trash. Colorado was trash.
But they dominated people. Arizona State was good.
I'm
that was the only game they lost.
My point right now. You put Arkansas in the Big 12 this year.
5-7.
Oh, at least. You got to be kidding me. They win 6-7 ball games easy.
Okay, let's go through.
Come on.
So UAP.
No. Say if Arkansas would have played this year. You don't tell me they wouldn't have had 7 or 8 wins.
I'm going through the Texas Tech schedule. So if Arkansas played it, UAPB, Kent State, Oregon State, I'll give them 3-0 there.
Okay.
Utah loss.
Utah?
Yeah, they wouldn't have beaten Utah.
You're out of your mind.
Utah won 10 games, Peyton.
Against who? That's the point. Dude, these are paper champions,
dude.
They're paper champions.
They're not playing. So this is the Trey list.
It's a paper champion. That's all you're doing.
Okay, so fine. So Utah, I got an L. So that's 3-1.
That's wild.
At Houston, up to 4-1. Kansas, 5-1. Arizona State lost. Texas Tech lost to them, so that's 5-2. Oklahoma State.
You have them losing to Arizona State?
Yes. Oklahoma State 6-2.
You're high, man.
Kansas State 6-3. BYU 6-4.
You have them losing to Kansas State?
UCF they win.
Wait a minute.
7-4.
No, you can't just keep talking.
I got Arkansas 8-4 if they play.
You had them losing to Kansas State.
Peyton, they lost to Memphis.
Kansas State lost to everybody this year.
They lost them. Kansas State went 6-6.
You're out of your mind. You're out of your mind.
I got Arkansas 8-4 if they played Texas Tech schedule, which people here would have been lathered up.
Okay.
8-4, go play a bowl game in Florida. They would have loved it.
Let's just go with your synopsis on this. 8 wins in the Big 12, right?
8 wins. Yep.
And you're telling me Texas Tech is this great team. That's a great team that has so much talent. Come on.
Yosemite Sam over here.
Come on. That's cupcakes. That's why I would want to be in the Big 12. That's why I would want to go to Texas Tech, because you're going to win 8, 9, 10 ball games and making the playoffs, no matter what, just by default.
But you got it all wrong. So in life, you don't get to where you're at as a pro athlete without being an ultra competitor.
Okay.
and you want to play against the best.
No.
And the best is in the SEC or the
People
Big
want to
Ten.
win, and people want to get paid.
Yes.
Okay.
Getting-
They want to get paid
I'll go
before
to
they
the-
want to compete.
If I'm
Let's just be honest.
to use a baseball analogy, if the Yankees are going to pay me $20 million and the Columbus Clippers or whatever in the hell they're called are going to pay me $30 million, why do I care if I'm in AAA? Give me the money.
Well, that's just unrealistic. That's not even the same level of competition.
You're saying the Big 12 isn't the same level.
I don't think so. But everybody else, like Notre Dame, heck, they can just be in the top 12 and make the playoffs.
And
they're just being gimmies. It's a gimme.
So Notre
It's a
Dame
gimme.
also, their annual rivalry with USC, done. I don't know if next year's either last year or the year after that, so they're not going to play USC anymore. They really don't play the Big Ten schools like Michigan, Michigan State that they used to play. They don't play them anymore. They have contracted. They got to play 5 games in the SEC. That allows them to be in the basketball conference. So Notre Dame is basically an ACC team. And now USC, the biggest brand they play perennially, is off the schedule.
Who's Notre Dame playing the SEC next year?
Arkansas is the year after, I believe. I don't know. Got the schedule here. We could look it up.
I mean, you have to look at
I don't think Notre Dame plays a hard schedule. Is my
No,
point.
of course they don't. I saw their schedule the other day. It's a cupcake schedule.
So they play. Here's the Big Ten teams they play next year: Wisconsin, Michigan State, Purdue. That's it. There's no SEC team on their schedule.
Oh, I wonder why.
But they are playing 10 power conference opponents.
Oh,
So
what is
so
this,
Rice
like
and
Northwest
Rice and
God
Navy.
dang it, man.
Rice and Navy are the
Oh.
only 2 non-Power 4 teams they're playing.
All right, who's the other Power
Wisconsin,
Four?
Michigan State, Purdue, North Carolina, Stanford, at BYU, Navy. That's the G5 team.
Ah.
Miami, Boston College, SMU, Syracuse.
Hey, at BYU though,
Number 11 in the country.
that's probably the only hard game they got.
No, USC is not on the schedule next year. Boston College is garbage.
Yeah, Wisconsin has been garbage.
Miami's a tough game. They get that game in November too. A little bit colder. Could be an impact. Wisconsin at Lambeau Field. What a fun game.
So really,
That'll be-
basically, they're saying to themselves, "Man, we got 2 tough games. If we can win those, if we don't win them,
I think they're
we're
saying
still going to be in the top 12. Probably.
Arkansas would have been 8-4 in the Big 12.
Think about it.
Would Arkansas have
no,
won?
no. Think about it. If they lose 2 games,
Who? Notre Dame.
Notre Dame,
Yeah.
they can still be in the top 12, easy.
And they're
That's whack, man. You can't tell me that's whack.
so all Notre Dame has to do, and I don't know what these rankings are based on. If it's preseason, they got 3 ranked teams on the schedule. I guess that's based on the final rankings. Yeah, that's based on the final rankings this year.
God.
BYU, Miami, and SMU are the only 3 ranked teams that Notre Dame plays. How many ranked teams is Arkansas going to play next year?
I bet you at least 90%.
Nah, no, 90. That would be.
I mean, it depends.
That'd be 10 and a half.
It really
That'd be-
depends on like
90
if you
be
play
10 and a
Ole
half
Miss and
games.
Mississippi State, that knocks it out right there. But if they don't, you're going to be playing. I mean, let me see.
Arkansas.
Utah's gonna be ranked.
Oh, crap.
Utah. I'm trying to think from front to back. Utah's going to be ranked. Texas is going to be ranked. Texas A&M is going to be ranked. LSU is going to be ranked.
So based on the final rankings this year, Arkansas has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ranked opponents next year. Utah, Georgia, Texas A&M, Tennessee, Texas, LSU. The other teams that could potentially be ranked here on the schedule, Vanderbilt, possible.
We don't have Alabama next year.
No. So the way there's next year a new format goes in. You're now playing 9 SEC games. You play in every SEC stadium in a 4-year cycle, and you play every team in the conference in a 2-year cycle. You have 3 permanent opponents. Arkansas's permanent opponents. I think the toughest draw in the conference. Texas, LSU, Missouri. They have to play all 3 of those teams every single year.
So half the teams are going to have to eat a home game every year. Then
Arkansas next year they get a 5th
5th home game,
fifth home game in conference. The following year they'll
Yeah,
have
you
5
4.
road games. And I
Yeah.
think next year, I bet, keep your eye out on this one. I think in 2027 they're going to have to buy their way out of this. Yes, they're at Tulsa. So if they play that game at Tulsa, that would give them only 6 home games. I don't know if they're going to let that happen. I could see them writing a big check to bring in Alabama A&M or something like that.
God, we're buying wins now. Jesus.
Long way to get back to this here. The Patriots were 4-13 last year. Gerard Mayo was way in over his head. The coaching staff was cheap and not prepared. They did not have the right coaches in place. They had the worst roster in football. Now they're in the Super Bowl. Why can't Arkansas win 8 games next year if they got the coach and the roster right?
Money.
I
know.
We don't know.
I know. They have the money. They're paying people.
I don't know. I don't
but
think
nobody knows anything.
I don't think they have the money. I don't.
Oh, you've been telling me the past 2 weeks that they're paying people. They have the money.
Here's what I'm telling you. No. In fact, I don't know if they've been humbled enough. I mean, you got the 15th highest
coming around.
You got the 15th highest paid coach. No. I'm just trying to be objective. You're subjective.
Yeah. Oh, I'm telling the truth is awful.
I'm a lowercase r reporter, and I got to be in the middle. Okay. The reality is, you got the 15th highest paid coach in the SEC, and he may earn it. And when Kurt Cignetti went to Indiana, I think he was making like $5 million a year. Look at him now. Maybe they got the next Kurt Cignetti. Who knows? I can tell you this: they're spending more money, but they're only right in the middle of the SEC. They're not. So theoretically, if dollar for dollar your results are, you're going to be between like 7 and 10 in the SEC.
And honestly, I thought it'd be worse. And honestly,
I've heard.
I don't think Silver.
I've heard
I think Silver. I like the guy. I hope he does well. I really do. I just think he has a really big uphill battle.
Rumor. I don't know if you heard anything on this. I know you're dabbling a little bit more in the media space. You do know some people at Arkansas. I heard from some people that claim to be informed, they had about $30 million, whatever that means, about $30 million to spend on their roster.
Arkansas football. I call bullshit on that. Come on. There's no way you believe that.
Quincy Rhodes getting $1 million. KJ Jackson getting well over $500,000.
But you only hear about the few.
Braylon Russell, probably $500,000 player. This lineman from Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Jaheim Singletary is his name? They got an all-conference defensive back out of Tulane.
So you're talking about $2.5 million there. So you need to start adding up a lot more.
They brought in 40 players.
Okay.
So if you bring in 40 players at $500,000 on average, that's $20 million. Then all the players you had to keep.
You think everybody that got brought in is getting paid at least $500,000? Really?
No.
Okay.
Hold on. On average.
No, you're just
so you bring in a guy that makes $1 million, you bring in one that makes $250,000.
Jeez. I cannot believe you're saying this right now. That's ridiculous. You're just playing odds.
Do you like Arkansas?
Yes, I love Arkansas, but I'm not gonna, like I said, don't piss down my bag and tell me it's raining. It's not true. Here's the deal. Maybe they're getting between $10 and $15 million. Maybe. I'll grant that.
Oh, dude, that's not enough. If they get that, then they're gonna win 2 games again. That's not enough.
Dude, I'm sorry. I just don't see them getting paid more than that. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. Your bottom half of their roster, the bottom half, is not getting paid anything.
I think
there's a lot of $50,000, $100,000 here, there.
If I was doing the roster, I would focus on my 2 deep. I wouldn't really be concerned about my practice bodies. And I know you need depth, and I know you can have 105 players as the roster limit. I would invest heavily in my 2 deep, and then my third stringers, maybe I'd take, and 4 stringers, I'd take some flyers on the kids out of high school.
What do you think the average football player at Arkansas then is getting paid right now?
I think the average starter is making $500,000, or between $500,000 and $600,000.
Every starter is making $500,000.
No, average. So if you got one that makes $1 million and one that's playing for free, the average is $500,000.
Wow, you really believe that?
I do.
You're telling me they're paying $12 to $14 million on just their starters?
Yes. And if they're not,
get out of here, man. Get out of here.
You want me to give you Santa Claus's phone number and the Easter Bunny's email?
That's all I know. If they're taking public funds and paying these players,
no, a lot of it's private. They're raising money.
But here's the thing, and they don't disclose that to the public. I think that's stealing. They got to show us what they're paying these guys. Why not? They're going to make sure they let everybody know in the NFL what they make. These are professionals now. We should know what they're getting paid.
Well, the NFL doesn't like that we know what they get paid. The agents have to get that information out there so that they can show, see what I got, Peyton Hillis? Look what I can do for you, Trey Dare. That's why those numbers are out
You
there.
don't think that's all a part of collective bargaining agreement with the NFLPA and stuff like that for ins and outs for the players to get paid more money? I think agents really could.
The
not have to
NFL is
disclose
so
that information.
fugazi. You know, you look at our numbers. We have the highest against the cap in the league. What's the guaranteed money? Because I covered the NFL for 11 years. So many times, Peyton, I've seen this player can help you, but you don't feel he's a starter anymore, and he's owed a $10 million roster bonus if he makes the final roster, and he's cut. Even though we got to factor it in the salary cap, the owner just doesn't want to write the check. That crap happens all the time.
Yeah, but it doesn't happen to high draft picks.
No.
You know what I mean? It's going to happen to the guys not making nothing.
They play who they pay. That happens a lot.
Yeah, but I mean, they actually hold on to guys for way too long too.
Yeah, if you're a first or second round pick and you're a bust, your leash is longer than a fifth round pick.
No doubt. There's no doubt about it. Because I mean, everybody wants to be right.
Look at Trent Richardson, who had no production in the league, and he was given multiple opportunities.
Yeah. I mean, seems like lately though, you go to Cleveland to die. You know what I mean? Kill your career, and that's what happened to him too.
It boomed your career. One thing, we're running out of time here. Want to wrap up on. I know you're pissed off about Shedeur Sanders going to the Pro Bowl. I don't really care. Nobody watches the Pro Bowl. But one thing going on in Colorado that I'm aware of to tie back to Shedeur Sanders, Dion announced that, and this ties into the pro football thing. Players are now going to face fines, potentially suspensions, financial fines for missing lifting sessions, for missing meetings, for showing up late.
I like it.
It's college football.
I like it. I like it a lot.
It's college football.
So you're getting paid. Stop saying this college football. You're a professional now.
But now you're going to.
These kids need to have a little something blown up their butt, man. That's ridiculous. You don't think you can make it to weightlifting sessions or practice? Why? What makes you think that you can just miss?
Did you ever miss a lifting session in Arkansas?
Never. When they said, when I was playing NFL or college, they would say voluntary. That was code for get your ass there.
Absolutely. Unless you're
was code.
Unless you're a superstar and we have to play you.
Yes.
If you're not here, you going on.
Don't get me wrong. If you were, Tom Brady, you could mess up. If you're everybody else, no, you don't miss those. And so you're going to tell me these kids are going to bitch and moan because they're going to get fined for. Dude, I got fined $10,000 for not having my socks high enough in NFL games because people are tackling you. I swear. No, ridiculous. I swear.
I don't. It's not that I don't believe.
And then you had to go to like a court hearing over the phone about why you shouldn't think that you should be fined that. Every time they would fine it to you.
I just think it's crazy that you had an extra bar in your face mask. We're fining you. Oh, your visor's too dark. Yeah. We're fining. No, now I get the metallic cleats. Visors and stuff like that throw off a reflection. I get that. That's distracting.
But even cleats, like if you have a more of a white stage team, like if you're the Cowboys, you can't wear black cleats. You know, if you're the Browns, you can't wear white cleats. You have to wear black cleats. It's all that color coordinated.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like the NBA used to have these rules, and now they wiped them all out. They can wear Celtics players can wear pink shoes, and they do all the time.
Don't get me started on the NBA. I mean, that's a diva league, and you know it. I mean, it's straight diva.
Best athletes in the world.
That's funny.
LeBron James?
Get out of here,
LeBron
man.
James?
Get out of here. There's no doubt about it.
Best athletes
NFL
in the world.
Players are the best athletes in the world. You're big, you're strong, you're fast, you're coordinated. Like there's not another sport that can compete with football.
Who's the most athletic receiver in the NFL right now?
Athletic?
Yeah, I mean, you look at it like, man, this dude's a freak.
Well, okay, you can have like a Tyreek Hill that's small and athletic, or you can have a Calvin Johnson. Okay. That's totally different.
That's different era. So like, let's take Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase.
Okay.
They have a better shot of playing in the NBA, or does LeBron James have a better chance of playing in the NFL?
No. LeBron James has no chance.
Could totally play in the NFL.
That dude flops when he gets elbowed. He'll flop on the ground.
Have you seen him? Dude, he's never been hurt in his career. He's like made out of iron.
Those guys do not, the hits. They have the athletic ability. They will not take
best
the hits.
athletes in the world.
No, they're not. Think about it.
LeBron's 6'8"
and
is a 40-inch vertical.
You're telling me right now that more people in the NBA can play football than football players could play basketball.
It happens all the time.
Where?
Jimmy Graham. Antonio Gates. Did it not happen? Who plays football and then the NBA says, hey.
You're telling me that Antonio Gates was more of a basketball player than he was a football player.
Do you know he didn't play a down of college football?
Okay. That's
Not a
fine.
down.
That's fine. But guess what?
Jimmy Graham played 1 year of college football at Miami.
Okay, that's fine and all. But what I'm trying to say is you have to be a certain height to play NBA basketball anyway, or they're not going to give you a shot.
Stephen Neal.
But okay,
You heard of
who's faster players? Who's faster, NBA or NFL? Who's faster? Be honest.
the NFL?
Who's stronger?
That's
Oh,
different.
no. I'm going to go through every one of these, and you tell me who's better, who's quicker.
Teron Matthew put up 7 reps on the bench press at the combine, and he's a Hall of Famer. So,
Jeez, you're not hearing me.
What
You're
did-
not hearing me.
uh,
You're not hearing me.
what-
You're not hearing me.
real quick, just
No,
because
you're not hearing me.
I love lifting weights. I would have played football just because I like to lift weights. What did you put up at the combine? 225.
I think 29.
Damn.
Yeah.
Petrus had the record
Yeah.
at the time. I
Yeah.
think it's since been. I think he did 49
Oh, I can beat the record right now.
right now.
Right now I can beat the record.
No, you couldn't.
Swear.
What?
I'm stronger now than I ever was then.
That makes no. You
I
couldn't.
swear.
Peyton
We'll
Hillis,
put it on live. We'll put it on live.
We're
then.
doing it. We're
All
going
right,
to Fayetteville Athletic Club.
No, we'll put it on
You
live.
get
I'm not saying I'll get 45, but I can get 40. Yeah, I can get 40.
at 225.
Yeah. I can get 40. For sure.
My goodness, 49 reps is still the record, which was beaten. I guess Petrus had 48.
Mitch Petrus was a freak, man. He was a freak physically.
And,
He was.
So back in the day, he would come in, let me wear a Super Bowl ring. One of the nicest human beings
Yeah, he was.
ever. It's so nice and kind. And what a cool dude playing in the band and everything.
I got stories when I went. David Deal, he was at Memphis with Silverfield too. He's offensive line coach, but he told me some stories about Mitch, and I just couldn't believe it. I ain't gonna ever. Discuss
What's the best Mitch story?
And I'm not. That's not my place.
You drink beer with the dude?
Me?
Yeah. With
No, I never did. But they were saying at the Giants like how crazy he was and some of the stuff.
You got to be a lunatic to play football.
Oh man,
R.I.P. Mitch Petrus, man.
I mean, rest his soul. God love him. That's terrible. But anyway, you're awful for thinking the NBA has better athletes. That's just
Well, I
that's
know,
insane.
I know it's true.
Really?
Yeah.
So if you took the if you took the NFL, made a squad of NBA players, put them on the football field.
Let's
right? No.
Let's do
No,
the
no,
underwear
no.
Olympics. Let's go do a 100-meter, a 400-meter, a long jump.
Are you kidding
a
me?
high jump.
That's not even.
Let's do all that.
Not even the same.
We should talk to Arkansas about like staging this. Go get Trevin Brazil, Darius Acuff, and take like the best players on the Arkansas football team and see what they got.
Insane, man, I cannot believe you thought that. Best athletes in the world. Are you kidding me?
No question.
You see those dudes actually playing soccer, NBA players? Like I'm saying, what? No, what I'm trying to say is what branch of sport could play all the other ones better if they had to? If they had to play each other?
Oh, the NBA players.
You're out of your dome, man. You're out of your mind.
NFL
You're
players,
out of
they
your
all want to be in
mind.
the NBA. I've been to these NBA games, and they're all sitting courtside.
Are you kidding? That has nothing to do with anything. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you're right. It's kind of a bad point.
That is a terrible point.
NBA players best athletes in the world.
They're so great. They only play defense.
Well, it's it's an 82 game season.
Yeah.
And you got to
I sit out for 20.
You got to
games.
take games off, and then let me tell you what happens after the game. They got to get their look fresh, all that stuff. Plus, they have a full freaking workout, so it's an hour and a half until the game's over. By the time they talk to the media, ridiculous.
I don't know.
And the University of Arkansas has closed door policy with media.
I think the fans should add in the comments what they think would be better. Who's better athletes?
It's gonna be at the end of the show. I don't know
or basketball.
Well, Arkansas is a football state, so they're gonna have an agenda. But in North,
easy.
in
Just
North,
because you're a Yankee from up north,
in
that don't mean it's
in
going to
North
change.
Carolina or in maybe Illinois or New York, basketball states, Indiana, they would be like, oh yeah, basketball players.
I bet they're not saying that this year. Who's
In
just
Indiana?
winning the national championship? I don't think they're saying that in Indiana this year.
There's hope for Arkansas.
Man, come on. Oh, there's definitely hope.
Out of time.
I don't know about money.
Out of
There's
time.
definitely
It's been too long. We're working on something next week, hoping to deliver it for you. Could be something big. So keep it tuned here. All things Arkansas Football Show with Peyton Hillis. I'm Trey Dare. We'll see you next week.